What is the most powerful skill of this decade? It's not coding, but asking the right question. This journey will take you through the birth of a new era. From binary switches to natural languages, from programming machines to conversing with intelligence. This is prompt engineering, not commands, not code, but the art of conversation with machines that understand. In this video, I will walk you through how we use it to talk to machines, the evolution from programming to prompting, the rise of natural language interface, what prompt engineering really means, the 7 essential prompt types you must master, the new language of machines. Why is it that something so powerful can be misunderstood? For over half a century, we have been speaking to machines, but not like we speak to each other. We spoke in code, in symbols, in code logic. To say something simple, we had to write lines and lines of instructions. If you made a mistake, the machine didn't care, it just broke. It was like building a language just to say hello. We weren't talking to machines, we were shouting at them in a language they barely understood. And then something changed. We built machines that could learn, not just calculate, but predict, imagine, understand. And suddenly, the way we spoke to them changed too. No more syntax, no more semicolons, just words. Natural, human, pure. You don't need to be a programmer anymore. You just need to know what to ask. Because now your words are the instructions. Your curiosity is the code. Tell it to write a story, and it will. Tell it to explain quantum physics to a 5-year-old, and it can. Tell it to help you build a business, and it begins drafting your vision. This is prompt engineering, not programming, not commands. It's the art of conversation with intelligence itself. The most powerful skill of 21st century might just be knowing how to ask the right question. Mastering prompt engineering, the new language of machines. Because in the world of AI, your words don't just matter, they build walls. How we talk to machines. When we first built machines, they didn't speak, they didn't listen, they followed. To communicate with them, we had to speak their way, not with sentences, not with languages, but with switches, signals, electricity. A simple command like add two numbers required stacks of paper. A loop took hours to define. A mistake you started over. This was not intelligence, this was machinery. No nuance, no understanding, just obedience. Then we invented programming language Fortran, COBOL, C. We created syntax, abstractions, libraries. We moved from switches to symbols, from wiring hardware to writing code. It was powerful, precise, but still it wasn't conversation. You still had to know the rules. Miss a bracket, it breaks. Use the wrong function, it fails. We were bending ourselves to machines. We were translators of our thought into structure. But today, everything is different. The machine now understands us. We speak, it listens, it responds. No syntax, no rules, just language. The same way you talk to a friend, a teacher, a colleague, now you talk to intelligence. You don't need to learn the machine's language anymore because it learned ours, and that changes everything. For the first time, communication is equal. The barriers isn't code, it's clarity, creativity, curiosity. The machine doesn't care if you are an engineer or an artist, it only cares what you ask and how. We use it to control machines, now we collaborate with them. And the new interface is conversation. The age of programming. As machines grow smarter, so did the way we spoke to them. We moved beyond wires and switches. We began to write, not just to build, but to describe. And for that, we needed language. We created Fortran, then COBOL, then BASIC. Each one a little closer to thought, a little less rigid. These weren't languages for humans, they were languages for machines. But they gave us power, the power to automate, simulate, calculate. Then came C, the language that built the modern world. It gave birth to Unix, to operating systems, to the internet. We had rules, functions, data types, memory. We could tell a machine exactly what to do and how to do it. Every step, every loop, every variable is defined. But That precision came at cost. The more powerful language, the more fragile it became. Miss a semicolon, nothing works. Wrong data type, start over. We weren't just writing code, we were writing instructions for something that had no intuition. Programming was an art, but it also a wall. Only a few could learn it, fewer still could master it. And for the most of the world, it remained locked behind complexity. If you had an idea, you needed a programmer. If you had a vision, you needed code to bring it to life. And if you couldn't code, you couldn't build. That was the age of programming. But a new age is coming, not based on syntax but on meaning, not built from code but from conversation. And that age begins with prompt. The future isn't programmed, it's prompted. From the very beginning, humans have used languages to create. We spoke stories, we shared ideas, we taught one another, not with code, but with words. Languages is our oldest technology. It built civilization before it even built softwares. But for decades, our machines couldn't understand it. We had to reduce our thoughts to rules, to logic. We had to speak in their language. And then one day they understanding ours. Not perfectly, not fully, but enough. Enough to listen, enough to help, enough to talk back. Today, you don't need syntax. You don't need loops or functions or frameworks. You just need to know what you want and how to ask. The power to build isn't locked behind the code anymore. It belongs to everyone who can speak with clarity, with curiosity, with creativity. You can assign roles, you can guide tones, you can shape the structure of answers, the depth of reasoning, even the voice that speaks. For the first time, language has become the code. Words are no longer passive, they are active. The way you phrase a sentence can build a business, write a novel, or speak an invention. This is not user interface. This is a human interface, and the prompt is your voice. It's how you think through the machines. You speak, it listens, and together you build. The birth of prompt engineering. At first, people thought it was magic. You type something and it answers. But quickly, we learned something important. The machine only as good as the way you talk to it. Your words aren't just a request, they are a design. The prompt is the blueprint. And like any blueprint, the details matters. This was birth of a new discipline, a new craft. We call it prompt engineering. It's not about just asking AI. It's about guiding it, structuring the task, giving it role, tone, form, purpose. It's not just write an article. It's act as a journalist, summarize the study, use persuasive tone, add a strong conclusion. Prompt engineering is the art of clarity, the science of structure, and the language of intention. It's what turns generic response into genius results. Two people can ask the same question and get very different answers because of one understands the system and the other just uses it. Prompt engineering is the difference. It's not about knowing what to say, it's about knowing how to say it. To a machine that doesn't guess, it predicts. You are not writing code anymore, you are shaping the cognition. Prompt engineers don't write software, they write thoughts structured, targeted, clear. They are not technicians, they are translators between human dreams and mission executions. Prompt engineering isn't how to use AI, it's how you direct it. Because in this new world, intelligence doesn't need to be programmed, it needs to be prompted. Why prompt engineering matters? The power of asking better. The world doesn't change because of the answers, it changes because of the questions we dare to ask. You have seen it before. You ask the AI something, and the answer it feels of generic, forgettable. So, what do? You ask again, but better, more detail, more context, more clarity. And suddenly it gets it. Now the machine isn't just responding, it's performing because you asked better. This is why prompt engineering matters. Not because AI is smart, but because you are clear. Better questions, better results. It's not about tricking the model, it's about teaching it what you really mean. A great prompt isn't just a command, it's a collaboration. You are not telling the machines what to do, you are telling it how to think. The more precisely you think, the more precisely AI responds. Want speed? Ask fast. Want depth? add depth. Want empathy? Say so. AI reflects the mind that guides it. The model is powerful, but prompt is everything. Same tool, same system, two completely different outcomes because one person asked better. They didn't just use the machine, they directed it. This is why prompt engineering isn't just about machines, it's about how we think and how we use language to shape the world. Types of prompts, the new tools of creation. Every craft has its tools. The painter has a brush, the builder has a hammer, the coder has syntax, and the prompt engineer, they have language, but not just any language, structured, intentional forms of it. Forms are not one size fits all. Each one is a different kind of instruction with different kind of results. And once you understand them, you unlock the ability to create anything. There are 7 foundational prompt types you need to know. Those are zero shot prompts, few shot prompts, chain of thought prompts, instructional prompts, role based prompts, persona and style prompts, multi step or layered prompts. Each one is different way of thinking, a different way of creativity. Master them and you don't just use AI, you unlock it. But this is just starting. In the next chapters, we go deeper into prompt systems, role design, iterative thinking, and modular libraries. Because prompting is not just a tool, it's a mindset, a language, a craft. Now we will discuss 7 foundational prompt types step by step. First, what is zero shot prompts? Sometimes you all need a straight ask, a simple instruction without any examples or background. These are called zero shot prompts and they rely entirely on the AI's pre learned capabilities. Imagine asking, translate this to Spanish, where is the nearest train station? And the AI immediately responds like this. It's fast, direct, and useful when the task is clear. But with no guidance or framing, results can be hit or miss when the task becomes more complex. What is few short prompts? Now imagine you want more control. Instead of just asking, you provide a few examples. A pattern the AI can learn from in real time. This is few short prompting. For instance, you might write, convert these into polite emails. First, send the file now. This is the output. Now, update the deck. And this is the output. You are no longer just issuing a command, you are showing the AI how you think. And when it learns your pattern, the results start to feel custom made. What is chain of thought prompts? Sometimes the answer is not enough. You want to see how AI thinks. Chain of thought prompting encourages step by step reasoning. Ask, a train leaves city A at 2 pm traveling 60 kilometers per hour. Another leaves city B at 3 pm going 80 kilometers per hour. The cities are 300 kilometers apart. When will they meet? Think step by step. And the AI walks you through step by step. And finally, it will give the answer. They meet at approximately 4:43 pm. This is not just output, it's logic you can follow. It's explainable intelligence. What is instructional prompts? Sometimes you want AI to act like a machine, to follow instructions with precision. That's where instructional prompts shine. You might say, summarize the following in 3 bullet points. Use plain language, avoid jargon. The mitochondria is the powerhouse of the cell, and it delivers like it. Clear, structured, controlled. The AI does exactly what you asked, no more, no less. What is role based prompts? AI doesn't just respond, it adapts. You can assign it a role, and the entire response changes. Try this. You are a career coach, give advice to someone switching careers in their 40s, and the machine becomes your mentor. It shows output like this, step by step. The voice changes, the insight shifts. This is not just replay, it's a role being performed. What is persona and style prompts? What if you want information with personality? That's where style prompts come in. As explain gravity like you are a stand up comedian, and suddenly the explanation is as follows. The facts are the same, but now it entertains, connects, and lands with flair. What is multi step or layered prompts? What if one prompt is not enough? What if your task has layers? With multi step prompting, you can turn a single query into mini workflow. Say, step 1, brainstorm 3 startup ideas for the pet owners. Step 2, evaluate each idea with a pros and cons. Step 3, pick the most promising one and explain why. And the AI responds with in step by step. You did not get an answer, you got a plan. Each of these prompts is a tool. Some are sharp and simple, some are layered and deep, but all of them give you power, not because the mission is smart, but because you learn how to speak to it. A zero shot prompt is like a light switch. Few shot is like showing someone how to cook. Chain of thought prompt is a tutor. Role prompts are characters. Multi-step is a system. Prompt engineering is not about tricking the model. It's about partnering with it, not by shouting louder, but by asking better. And now that you know the tools, it's time to learn how to build with them. Whether you are an artist, entrepreneur, student, or strategist, prompt engineering gives you the power to build with words. The machine is not responding, it's performing because you asked better. We are releasing 3 new videos every week, from simple prompts to advanced prompting frameworks used by pros. If you are curious, stay. If you are serious, subscribe. Like the videos, share the learning, be part of the future. Because the world does not belong to those who knows most. It belongs to those who knows how to ask. Welcome to the prompt engineering.